What's up, everybody? Yano and Nay here. Now, today is going to be a day where I'm probably going to upset a lot of people. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Saan has been on a rampage with a remix of one song. Saan went the whole February creating remixes for the song Kak Checkie, a total of 9 songs, a total of 18 features on here. So the artist that made it onto here, well done. You made it onto a Saan feature list. Well done. That's an accomplishment on its own. But right now, I am going to list my top 10 verse of the whole Kak Checkie remix catalog. That's right. We're gonna do the tough talk, bro. Yano and Nay's gonna have to take this on his own and just do this list. We're just gonna have to do it. We're gonna have to talk about it. And I'm sorry if I'm going to offend or hurt anyone. But at the end of the day, the last time I checked, I had no fucks to give. I'm teaching Yano and Nay, bro. I got no fucks to give. So we're going to do the tough talk right here, and I'm going to take the responsibility of doing this. And if you don't agree with the list, let me know in the comment section who made it onto your top 10 list or top 5. Let me know. Top 3, who had the better verse overall in the whole 9 remixes that was released. Okay, so I am going to say from the jump, if you are not on this list, I don't want you to be offended. The fact that Saan reached out to you and asked you to hop onto this remix is an accomplishment on its own. Let's not be heartbroken by the fact that Yano Nay didn't put you on this list. Nah, I'm not that important. You understand? I'm not that important. So I'm going to say that if you didn't make it on this list, there is a few factors that I believe was not worthy of the list. Firstly, sometimes it's your energy on the song, whether or not it complemented you, whether or not your verse complemented the song, whether or not you stayed into a particular character, whether or not you gave the song the energy it deserved, whether or not your verses were just a little bit choppy, like it didn't really flow into the song really nicely, or you didn't really jump on the song very nicely. In my opinion, this is all my opinion. Now, if you did make the list, these are the people I believe complemented the song, their energy on the song, not necessarily the lyrics or anything like that, but at the end of the day, how did you make the song a song? I want anybody to think that people that made it onto the list necessarily had the better lyrical content. However, that was a contribution for them making it onto the song. It's a different factor. There's different factors in this thing. Flow, bars, compliment, how you complimented the song, and just overall, also the person that you're on the song with also. Just, you understand, just there's so many things. But I believe the people that made it onto this list, I enjoyed listening to. That's very important now. I enjoyed listening to. It was a pleasure to listen to them on the beat as well. It was very satisfying. Pause. But it was satisfying. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's kick this off with number 10 on the list. Now, number 10 will be a surprise to everyone because it was a surprise to me. But I had to put him somewhere, and I think he deserves to be on this list, even though it's number 10. No disrespect to him, but I had fun listening to him, and it was a shocker when I heard it because I was like, huh? I've never heard him slide on a song this way. Ladies and gentlemen, at number 10, Lakfoot.
Wielers je kapap, dus waarom die goed is zo zwak rit. Net met die opsteen is die eters absent. De kondom of schoon was tattoos. Hij fuck dit in die easers, te veel fucking rappers wat gaat let met my impact. Nog jullie sê dan nou van my respect van hulle weet hulle gaan vrek van niks lang op hier op met die posie zet dit back op 'n podcast en internet. Ek vat my hand, ek vat my voet en ek druk dit deur jou bek. Alles was gevang van hulle kan nie die bou staan nie toe begin reek. Dus doodsies, dan nog iets aan, kyk vast. Nou my gas hier kayo, koes en naki so ry. En jy my nani mors, maar my spasie reep verniet. Ek rebel bek stukken as jy op my wil skiet. Nommer word gewerk, lyk die boodskap aan dit. Ek is enormous, met 'n beat of sonder 'n beat, dan bars ek uit soos Chuck Norris. Moet jy nog Kak Checkie?
Now, Luckford on that song had everything I was asking for. He had this thing and just a little bit more, but he addressed himself, he addressed his position in the game, he addressed all of the problems within the game. I just enjoyed it. I enjoyed listening to it. The fact that he was referencing podcasting, the fact that he was referencing that he came so long, he's been so long in the game that you understand, and still he's here. Everything I was asking for in a song, he brought it. In a verse, I mean. Everything that I was asking for in a verse, he delivered. And it was nice that his energy and his voice is what made me put him on this list, because it matched the beat. It matched the energy of Saan also with the Mutikong Kak Checkie. You understand? It had this, I liked it. So, shout out to Luckford. He's on number 10. And number 9 is someone that I felt should have been higher. But I believed his ending to his verse was just a little bit off-putting. So that's the only reason he's at number 9. Ladies and gentlemen, number 9 on the Kak Checkie remix goes to Scam to Lewis.
Enough shit, julle laat my lag, he. True what they say though, die waarheid maak jou mag weet. Jy kan my nou wat sê, het altyd nog gekambek. Voel is amper my skoot, I'm a fucking kakrip. Hulle wil my afpers, nog soek hulle favors, dit wat my so jack shit. Hulle soek een savior, grijp ek in my natsik. Moerio met die Bijbel, wacht net. Julle gaan ek voel, want jy weet ek die touch it. But let me change the subject, laat ek julle wees hoe vinnig ek die balig kak, wag. Julle wat jou standspoel trek, want jou vinger het jou gat uit of maats bro. Hierso moet jy hard drijf tot laat toe, so straatkoek. Dink jy's die shit wat is mis, is jou bed wat so stink van die kak. Like jy praat poes, dis waarom jy kak is. Jy praat net, ons maak so, sorry ek schaamteloos.
Moet jy nog Kak Checkie?
Now see that ending, that pause. Sorry, excam to Lewis, and then there's just that piece. That's the only reason he's at number 9 for me. He could have gone a little bit further. But hey, it is what it is. You can't you can't win them all. But ladies and gentlemen, let's head off to number 8. Now, number 8 on the list is someone that everybody knows, but still somehow impresses me. He's so young that I'm still shocked that he's this good. So, ladies and gentlemen, at number 8, Luke Hustle.
Wie de lead en E, sal ek jou sak drip.
En hulle wacht vir my comeback, maar hulle het gehype back then. Toe ek sê dat ek ken rip, Boeta, ek sal vir jou sak rip. Ek is dan met Saan op 'n trek, so hulle moenie nog Kak Checkie. Ek sien baie rappers like kip. Ek dra fokol op my kop, that's why ek spit straight fix. Ek spreek me aan 'n versie, ek grip net. En dit sê, hoe kan jy my compare met 'n sad man? Hangman, ek het hulle touwys gemaak. My lyrics bly in jou kop, ek los by my en nasmaak. My huid is bly in die bed, van ek laat hulle op my slaap. Like my ex in mind op, ek die hulle van my praat. Sy kan maak, sy kan doen, sy kan sê wat sy wil. Want soos 'n baba met 'n dummy maak ek gou jou bek stil. Hulle klink gelean, because hy stil vang 'n pyn. Maar stasel kan nie freaky, I remain in the game.
Now we gotta expect that from Luke Hustle. We gotta expect that. I wish I could push him a little bit harder, a little bit further, but it was just a difficult one, because the person that's right above him, number 7, gave a solid verse, a very solid verse, and I wish I could have put him a little bit higher, just a little bit higher, but I believed there was too much gaps. And maybe the flow, he was trying to catch the flow. Obviously, he was trying to incorporate the flow there. But I feel like the flow was just the wrong choice. But however, the verse itself was solid. It was solid. There was just a little bit too much gaps in the verse. So, but the bars were good enough to put him maybe above Luke Hustle. So, ladies and gentlemen, at number 7, no other than my brother, Jimmy Levert.
Moet die nog Kak Checkie, van as jy feature met ons en dan ken jy nog kak rip. Moet die nog Kak Checkie, my punchlines kill die beat en my pen is aan die suspect is evil. Yo 6 beats is aan lethal, 0 to 100 die sal dink ek Vin Diesel. Die man soek 'n vacancy, my basis soos 'n agency van altyd as ons drop. En dan hoor jy nooit complacency, my ryme is die duime wat die hamer terugtrek. My punchlines is die trigger en die bullets is my fans. Jy sê hy's in die game, maar jy staan aan in die stands. Jy sê jou songs is hard en jou cherry sê jy wens. My honde is gebuite en ek weet jy wil my chase, ja. What goes around will come around soos 'n double entendre. Sleep jy op boetane van die dal tot die Ghana. Ek weet jy oor 'n heel vir die baas wat ons staan.
Now, I don't know about you, but I feel like that's a solid verse. That to me is a solid verse. There's There's some double meanings there with the wordplay that he's got going on. But like I said, I just wished the flow and the empty spaces were filled just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. Now, the next person that I got on this list filled those spaces up so much that I was impressed by it. I was impressed. I've never heard of him before. You know me, I'm always going to be honest. I've never heard of him before, but that's what Saan always does. Sometimes he brings people together that you might not have heard, and that's what the Kak Checkie remix's goal was probably also. Bring together some people that you might be new to. You're a Saan fan, but you normally just listen to Saan. Saan is like, nah, come listen to these other guys as well. That's what the remixes did for everyone, and I'm happy that it's done it for me. Ladies and gentlemen, at number 6, I had to give it to Bull.
Ay sorbaas ek nog bedankelijk. Kan op ek is ook geankerie. Is lucky brie. Ek daag fijn mijn ranken nie. Sê dankie brie. Ek spendeer my geld op ouwens vir reacties nie. Promotions nie. Op alle jane socials nie. Dis sien my focus nie. Het sê nie dat ek die dope is nie. Is maar net ek post het. My leven ek expose het. For likes and views en fame te boost. En op wat soos ek hier in die ene my alse tools. Dat hulle te weet hoe my dagelijk move om wat te prove. Sê my kak check dat toe. Sê my afstep as ek kak rip. Of wie gaan size. Min lip up dik. Wie is de rappers moet nie respect. Of ons kom sak op hoe dak. Min plak tot hoe zak lit. Asseblief moet nie kak check. As ek jou klas as ek kak bek. Gaan jou betas as ek kak check. Gaan doen een fit check. Want hy sien PE's rappers al allemaal dan frik rip. Moet die nog kak check.
Now, at number 5, ladies and gentlemen, we are reaching the point of the top 5. Top 5! Now, these are the guys that were undeniable for me. Undeniable. Their verses on there complemented the song very well. I find very little issue with their verses. The only difference between number 5 and number 1 is the fact that they just did a little bit better than each other. But I'm impressed by this. At number 5, ladies and gentlemen, is someone that I am a big fan of when it comes to this rap game in PE. His verse on here was good. I like the way he tiptoes and finds pockets within the beat. I like when that happens. This is something that I really like that someone like Pangy does. Someone like Pangy, he finds these pockets. I love rappers that just does this thing where they find this thing in the beat and they fill it in. They're like, cut. And he did it for me. Ladies and gentlemen, at number 5, Marky Future Kid.
Kijk je my bro met die nog Kak Checkie. Een man het bullets in my bek, ze moet die skrik as ek jou shot rappie. Ek gee nie om as jy nou upsettie. Van julle is babas teen my ouwens klop rapperkies met pop nekkies. Douwens is the week 7 day kakkies. Maar jouwens is spitbulls en julle is man het brakkies. Want julle is mos die type honde wat ook jy kan blaffie. En my ouwens by die pappies, so consider jou se lucky. Ook jy doen my net een guns bro en bly uit my pad. Van die bees vrees op met jou jelle manskap. Die weer dan maak jy by jy dies en het plak. Ek is dan nou op een mission om my game word te vat. Ja, baie ouwens uit, wat nog altyd sal ek weer druk. Ek slaan die rappers uit mekaar, van ek is hy breker. Die game is in the lockdown en ek loop met die sleutel. The blessing was discussed, nou overflow man se beker. Moet die nog kak sê, ek sluit jou tande uit.
Now I swear to you, when it comes to number 5, 4 and 3, it's based on pure personal preference, nothing else. Pure personal preference. So I don't want the Owens to kick. I don't want them to check kak. I'm trying to use the song's title in my sentence and I'm struggling. But I want at number 4, I want to give him props as well because he's top 3 in my opinion. Top 3 with this whole PE thing. Top 3, he always impresses me with how he lays his verse. He's a complete character as well. That's what I always like. In the rappers that just give a little bit more. They just give a little bit more. They're not only themselves, but they also this character. And that's what I love about this one. Ladies and gentlemen, at number 4, John Dre.
Ik doe schade, maar mijn trap is te krachtig. Trasje nog een beetje te lopen, mijn broer die straat snapt. Net doe druk mijn fuse en als het doen, dan is dat groot kak. Slag is traboe nek en dan delen is kobo big pap. Til hem op een trap, om weer moet Sê myself is die ouwens wat gespiet in die straat. Die polisie vat om geen bouw, nee kak in my hart. En allerlei oore wat die worry, die sambok is bizar. Ek sien hom bult net gesak, en slag hy so bietjie slaan. Die laaste man wat praat, die laaste man wat eet, die laaste gees. Die man wat asem geef vir die beat, wat al hier die rappers vrees. Die laaste eens is die, haas jy nog een ek en nie. Ek sit my like die wat moet groeien, die soos die grey kan nie. Kak check, jy lyk upset, wat klaar joh. Upset, ken jou opset, maar jy try nog. Kak check money, kak check money, kak check money, kak check money, kak check inside. Moet die nog kak check.
Ladies and gentlemen, John Gray at number 4. The next one. Ladies and gentlemen, we're reaching that point where we're at the top 3. Now this one was difficult. This one was very difficult because it's small little things, man. Just small little things. And again, personal preference. Personal preference. This one I also didn't know about. I was impressed by it, blown away by it, so it had to be on the list. And it was so good that I had to go and listen to everybody else's verse just to ensure myself that this person needed to be at number 3. And boy, did he deserve to be here. Ladies and gentlemen, at the number 3 spot, we got Jovi.
Hoe kan sy wil in die alfabet? Sy gaan laaste kom soos die letter Z. Die game is vol grades en sy te byt oor wie die shaka tek. Die pen is skerp, kat met baas, die het soos sy koot. De bek is 24/7 as rappers busy om kak te rap. As obvious, die fiets, ek met OG's drop. Ek die baas als bomme in die boot. Die rappers weet die bek explode beats. En die staan ek op business met boatfeet. Expose ek alle kake rappers, my lijne wat maak, like you nosebleed. Ek zie met die GOD, ek zei jou 4 met die double lie. Ek kan me nie sien van ek is voorbij, die krijg nog die van my andere mind. Wat kom ek aan wijs, hulle vat ek het toen as het vanaf sky te weer rewind. Oké, die boek, daar is ook op om die is die dag, jy sal my zijn blij. Ek hier relevant, ek is beker in my element. Terrible is rappers wat die selle klink as embarrassment. Check die figure, die evidence, nou gaat ek hele wijs wie ek in so geld. Waar jou beker, sat ek een stuk en dan gaan check waar jou balances.
Ladies and gentlemen, number 3 spot. Boy, top 3 is difficult, boy. Top 3 is difficult. Do you understand who you had to compete against? Ah, my word. Ladies and gentlemen, Jovi at number 3. Now, ladies and gentlemen, top 2. Top 2. And I had to put this person at top 2 because it was fun listening to it. Every single bar, it reminded me of how Lil Wayne functions his bars. Not the whole double meaning thing. I mean, when you listen to Lil Wayne, you always had that one line that just made you laugh. That just made you laugh, and it was fun listening to it. This is why I'm a Lil Wayne fan also, because there's always these punchlines that just throw you off, and it was unexpected. And this is exactly what number 2 has done for me. Ladies and gentlemen, at number 2, Zabo.
Moenie Kak Checkie origami, dan vou ek rappers soos 'n paptekkie. Hier by my is niks load shedding, eet vir jou met no biddings. Is net die hele kak rappers wat die krag het die. Dink jy sy eister aan move, ek soos Magneto, is men jou keel in my business, nou moet jy my maak om deep throat. Loyal to the game, maar Zabo is nog nie Cheeto. Dat ek hoor hoe chips is saban, maak ek kak by jou casino. Melodies metamorph in a metaphysical form. As ek hoor die amorfie, sê ek nie om met nou remorse. Meningitis vir dogs, wat die kop het die in a force. Is hoe kop in jou gat en is die stak met jou kak thoughts. Demon times hoor die evil lines, die sukkel om die meaning te find van die evil eye, van die kyk minute. Hoe moet nie try nie, van ek date minute. Die sit my in 'n kamer vol dogs en dan snee ek vlees en ek eet minute.
Moet die nog kak sien, ek sluit jou tanden uit jou mond met die mic, met die kap bek. Moet die klomp kak.
And the next one for me was the best out of all 9 songs, out of all 9 features. Ladies and gentlemen, the number 1 spot. We've made it here. If you've made it this far in the video, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, boy. Now, the person at number 1, I have to give him all the flowers because he's someone that has grown on me. He has grown on me. So, someone we met recently, and I'm happy that he's a part of the PE family. He's a Bainar now. He's officially a Bainar. Ladies and gentlemen, at the number 1 spot, the reason I gave him number 1 spot as again personal preference, but he did this extra thingy, and the only difference between number 3 and number 1 is just the small things, and he took it a little bit further because he matched the energy and the end of the song where Saan speaks in what do they call it? I forgot what they flipping call this language, man. Paaltaal or something like it. Paaltaal or P-taal or Itzuzai. He matched that into his verse. Ladies and gentlemen, you probably know who I'm really speaking about. Let's get into it. This is Oxion the Great, or like we always call him, Oxygen. Let's get it.
Dragen mijn element, penetreer irrelevance in je chat is jealousy, kom zo voort, hij is feminine demon, man, ik zie predator, alienate, general, ik kan ze animal, Freddy bitch, hoe ze cannibal, is incomparable, incompatible, just remember that ik is het in en tom, ik koppen alsof de assailant is, effortless, doe niet goed alsof het de obsession is, ik meen is evident, rip alsof het ook een session is, weet ik waking up, en ik doe het alsof het vissen is, je pissen me, ze lekkie pissen, ik zei jou laat tippen, het ze pezen van gepex, maar pillen, ik je voor connect met het, en trappen dieren, meer, ik kan jou sipperen, zo hou op Kak Checkie, voor ik begin in je grafprep, zelf wel gat ligt voor een fiets, je draai jou lak chick, dit is kakwek, ik zal het zijn, je stiel met de gunsmith, laat gewoon je dak lik, want je is afzet door kakrip.
Ladies and gentlemen, at number 1, Oxion the Great, boy. He had it for me. Number 1. Let me know if you agree with the list in the comment section. Let me know who you wanted to be in the list if they didn't make the list. Either way, I love hip hop. I love PE hip hop. Shout out to everybody that is doing this rap thing. Shout out to Saan for putting this collection together. It was flippin' fun. I'ma check you in the next one. I'm Yano and Nay. See you in the next one.